professional wrestling.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Feast or Fired podcast. I'm Brian, this is Mel, and this is going to be the July 3rd, 2002 weekly pay-per-view tag team tournament tonight. 5 teams involved, even though it's only a 4-team tournament, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Isn't that right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, we're actually in Nashville, Tennessee, unlike the last 2 times where we're in Alabama. So,
Finally got it right.
finally I'm right. It's really weird. It's James Storm's hometown, and see what happens to him tonight. Opening segment. The NWA president is there, gives a trophy to Mike Tenay. It's one of those like cheap trophies you can go get at a store. Big one, but made of plastic. Anything to add?
Outside of the gaudiness, no.
Okay. Well, we get right to the action again. This first match of the night is in a tag tournament match. It will be AMA, which is America's Most Wanted, versus the Johnsons. Though technically, even though they are just kind of thrown together last week, I'm just going to keep referring to them as America's Most Wanted. AMW. I don't know why. But it's a future stable tag team for quite a few years to come versus Dick Joke.
Which does not last us.
Oh, no. They go and become the Gemini in WWE shortly after this. I think that's around the same time the WWE had a tag team called the Dicks. Oddly. All right. So they do mention that the Storm and Harris were put together in this tournament because of their performance the week before where they beat the Rainbow Express. So there at least we have a little bit of confirmation as to why they decided to go with Harris and Storm in this match. Notice that Storm still had the fake guns when he came out. During the match, it was mostly just mediocre. Really on the low end of, like, good wrestling, especially with just 2 giant dudes. They're just big, clumsy guys, often off balance, often just fall out of moves way too early. They're just not very good. For the most part, Storm's the one that plays the babyface and peril throughout the match. I note that whenever any move is done that requires the Johnsons to do any sort of like help to perform the move, they just look horrible. Finish finally comes when Chris Harris is caught doing a crossbody, but gets an assist from James Storm doing a missile drop kick from the top rope. We got a 3. Harris gets the pin, 3 count. AMW wins. After the match, the Johnsons turn on their manager, so we're already seeing kind of a breakup happening here. Maybe not for the team, but breaking away from the manager.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. My wife has allergies. We both have allergies. Mine have been kicking my ass.
Mine not so much. I must have gotten some dust up my nose. I just sneezed.
Anything to say?
To the Dicks and random dude and
The Johnsons.
Sorry, Johnsons and country singer and random. No, I don't have anything to add to that match. Outside of the fact that the Johnsons came in extremely strong and attacked country's random. I don't actually have a nickname for him yet. I'm sorry, guys. It's really difficult sometimes whenever I don't know who he is.
His nickname is the Wildcat.
Okay, that's his nickname now. I don't have a nickname for him.
It's Wildcat Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm.
Yeah, I will figure out a better nickname for him eventually, other than random.
But at this point, they're still referring him as the Tennessee Cowboy. They dropped the Tennessee part of it.
Oh, he's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Country singer to me.
Next, Scott Hall comes out. Jarrett interrupts almost immediately. Take note that Jeff Jarrett has the most memorable theme currently. The only one that really stands out. The rest kind of just are a blur. At least for me.
All of it is a blur. I'm not a wrestling fan. I'm really not. I'm doing this for fun.
Well, we might be able to convert you. You know, you might really, really enjoy it when the storylines get really stupid.
True.
All right. This confrontation happens. The NWA president steps in between them. Then K-Chris jumps Hall from behind, but he gets fought off by him. Just kind of setting up the feuds going forward. We go backstage to Goldilocks, who is in a situation where we find that James Storm is down and bloodied on the floor. Chris Harris is there as well as some trainers. We don't know what happens, and we never find out what happens at all throughout the night. So hopefully the next show we'll get some answers or something.
I thought the other one also had his like nosebleed.
Harris, not that I noticed, but he was sitting there. He may have had blood on him from Storm.
Yeah, that might have been what it was. It was really fast, and my eyes play tricks on me consistently, so it's fine.
All right. Second match of the night. We get a singles match, and we get the debut of one of my favorites from the real early years, Monty Brown.
That Chubbly man.
He was the big black man, alpha male.
Okay, so Chubbly man.
You just called him alpha male when we were.
I'm sorry.
Watching.
Chubbly man, alpha man.
Oh yeah, I never caught. There was no title. There was no name card. I never caught the name for his opponent. I think it was stated, but I have no idea.
Yeah, honestly, my notes make no sense, so I have no idea what happened. Outside of it was a short match.
Before the match started, though, Monty Brown made it very clear that he was there for Ken Shamrock. He wanted the world championship, and he was going to show him how he was going to get it in this match. And, man, it was a quick little squash match. Basically, showing off his power. Monty Brown does a power bomb. He calls it the Alpha Bomb and gets the win. A real quick squash match. Kind of similar to the same match that like Cheeks had, but better.
Oh no. Okay, I think I figured out my notes. I'm sorry.
I'm glad your notes don't make sense to you. That's so helpful.
I will try to do better.
This is exactly why we need to record sooner than like 6 days later.
Okay, this one was not 100% my fault. We had so many things to do this weekend. No, it's Alpha Man versus Chubbly Man. There we go. I figured it out. I don't know who Chubbly Man is at all.
As I said, he doesn't have a name. I don't think we ever see him.
Okay.
He's probably just local talent.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, we go back to Goldie again, who is looking for Jim Miller, which is the TNA or NWA president. Can't find him. And then out of nowhere pops up the Psycho midget. I don't recall what his name is off the top of my head. I don't remember them saying it here. Oh, it's Puppet. Puppet the Psycho midget pops out, and all I wrote was, fuck, the midgets are back. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but in wrestling and TNA right now, they always refer to them as midgets. So that's what I'm going to use because that's what they use for the show. And it's nothing against little people wrestling. It's how they present it is cringy as fuck. That's my problem.
It is cringy.
Well, I mean, it's a sideshow, and a sideshow that gets forgotten really quick. That's why it's so bad here.
I'm just gonna say this. You lied to me. You said that there was only like one fight, and
I said they didn't stick around.
Yeah.
And this might be the only time. Previously.
He lied to me, ladies and gentlemen. He lied to me.
I really wish they hadn't done that in the first show.
Outside of wanting to call them both of them Tyrion Lannister the whole time, which is even more.
It's a bad joke. All right. So, next match. We did also get a little bit of an interview between Bagwell and Apollo, but it was barely anything worth mentioning. But Next is the second tag tournament match between the Rainbow Express and Buff Bagwell and Apollo. This is when I first noticed it was really weird to me that this tournament has two teams that are technically just randoms put together.
Are you talking about Apollo and Top Hat?
Apollo and Buff Bagwell. Yeah, we've never seen them before tonight, and we know other tag teams exist. Because we know Malice and Slash sort of exist. I would assume they're a tag team outside of the fact that Malice has the World Championship match tonight.
I didn't even think
which is a good excuse for why maybe they're not in the match or not in the tournament.
I don't know. I mean, I understand that they're managed by the same person, I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm taking from it.
Generally speaking, when you have a manager managing two people at the same time that are related, that have a similar gimmick like that, they usually work as a tag team.
Oh, really?
But we haven't seen it yet, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, with this, it could have been the fact that Apollo needed a partner and Top Hat was just there. I don't know. But they couldn't do the dubs because the dubs refused to do it with the Rainbow Express.
Pick a better word than do it.
Sorry.
Phrasing.
We still doing phrasing?
Actually, no, that was the other thing. That's probably why, that's the excuse I can think of as to why the dubs weren't in this. So, I don't know. You could argue that Buff Bagwell has a lot of tag team experience because he mentions in there he's a 6-time tag. So, Buff Bagwell will be a good pick if you someone.
Yeah, I just don't understand Apollo, to tell you the truth. Outside of he hasn't won anything, but he's been in like what, all 3 episodes so far.
He won his match against David Young.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, but he hasn't won a title yet.
Well, no.
Okay, that might.
Not everyone can win a championship.
I understand not everybody's a winner. I may be a '90s kid, hun, but I'm not in the mindset of everybody needs to be a winner.
I mean, everyone in the X division. Okay, we're getting off track.
Sorry.
Let's say everyone. I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna leave it. Everyone in the X division championship match from the previous week lost on the loss on the show before. So I as of right now, I just guess wins and losses don't matter all that much. A lot of things are okay. We're trying to establish a status quo, so we got to give them some time to find their footing. So I'm not going to count wins and losses so hard right this second, but going forward, we'll see how it goes. After a few months, when there is a status quo, people will have kind of their rankings figured out. We'll have a better understanding how important wins and losses look going. No, the Bruce cut his hair in this. And I think he looks a lot less distinct with the short hair.
I think he looks more. But
it looks just like another wrestler to me at that point.
Okay, the rainbow shorts are kind of a dead giveaway there, hon.
I mean, if you were to put him in any other trunks.
I mean, I feel like that's how it is with anybody, really.
For whatever reason, during this match, Alicia comes back out. We still don't have an after this is her 3rd time. We still have an answer about what she's doing. She goes to Ed Ferreira this time and gets money. I just have to assume she's a prostitute.
So mean.
Rainbow Express hit that the finishing move the World's Greatest Tag Team have, where Shelton Benjamin was Shelton. One of the two would have the guy hooked over the ropes and on top of his shoulders, so he'd be bridged. The other one would leapfrog and land on his back, which I thought was always a cool move. And the Rainbow Express did that to Apollo. That was a cool move. And this was actually a pretty standard tag team match, but it was a lot better than the one with the Johnsons, at leaps and bounds.
Well, yeah, they could make the hits better.
All right. After Apollo's in trouble, Buff Bagwell gets a hot tag. He's able to fight them both off for quite a bit. I do note in this match that it seems like the legal man got lost by the referee, even though there was no reason for it. He was never distracted. He had never missed a tag in this match. He should have known. So for the finish, Buff hits a blockbuster and legal man. Then Lenny hits a really shitty super kick. and pins Buff for the win, even though he's not the legal man. Rainbow Express advance.
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for the ref in this case allowing an illegal pin like that. So I don't understand what happened. It's just sloppy. After the match, Buff Bagwell says, call me Marcus, and I quit. So he basically walked away, or he said he was going home. I presume he quit.
Did he actually quit?
I don't know. I don't know if we ever see him again.
I kind of top hat. He was.
I've always enjoyed Buff Bagwell when he was in WCW, but I don't. I know we don't see him much.
I like how you call them by their real names, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Well, someone's got to actually say who they really are. Otherwise, who's listening is never going to know.
They'll figure it out eventually.
All right. Got a Ken Shamrock promo. He addresses Monty Brown. Says he'll defeat the other two challengers that he's got lined up already with Malice tonight. And I don't remember who it was, but it was a Japanese guy the following week.
Yeah, isn't it like a...
I don't know.
I assume so because...
I think his name was Amori. Not sure. All right. He's interrupted by James Mitchell, Sinister Minister. Warns that he needs to fear Malice. This is all just a pretext for Malice to jump Shamrock again and hurt his neck, kind of building on how he was choking him out the week before. We see that he's putting the trainer's putting a neck brace on Shamrock. Then we go back to some guy who's too busy to talk to Jerry Lynn as Jerry Lynn's trying to get his attention, and we still can't find Jim Miller. Just bouncing around all over the place here.
Kind of are. I kind of feel like it's inside my head, which is weird.
All right, next match. Puppet versus Todd Stone.
What about the midget fight?
This is the midget fight.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It was Puppet, the hardcore midget, remember?
No, obviously not, because all I put was Nexus midget fight, and that was
Psycho midget, one of the two.
Yeah, I didn't even put anything in this outside of midget fight.
It's just apparently he wants to kill their midgets and make them bleed.
So weird.
He wasn't successful. Todd never bleeds. I guess it was a hardcore match. Puppet wins. Todd never really got an attack. He also just attacks the referee Borash and Don West with his kendo stick. I don't know why. He apparently psycho. All right. We see that someone's backstage, EMTs or the trainers checking out Shamrock, making sure how he's good. We have no answers at the time, though. Seems like Goldie spends a lot of time getting no answers.
I thought that was her.
That's possible. I don't think she's ever had a success. Has she had a single successful interview?
With the midget once, maybe. I don't know.
No, but he came out of nowhere.
No. From the first episode.
Was he? Was she interviewing a midget?
Yeah.
Oh darn.
Yeah. Oddly
I don't consider that a success, but okay.
I think someone interrupted that. I don't know.
All right. Next is a women's match. Francine versus Taylor Vaughn. Not really a match, as it turned out to be.
Sorry.
I don't know why Francine's still here. I thought last week she lost and was gone because it was for the match was for a contract.
I guess.
Which is still weird though because they said it was a valet contract and they're both wrestling.
I guess it was for her to get the contract, like steal the contract. I guess I don't know. They didn't.
They never said that.
I know. I was about to say that they didn't say that, but like I guess it was for revenge. I don't know. I don't make this stuff up. They do. They don't put me on their payroll.
So we never got whether it was just a singles match or whatever, but Francine and Taylor both go back and forth, hitting each other with a belt.
I think it's Eddie Ferreira's belt.
Ed Ferreira, yeah.
Whatever.
It might be. Doesn't matter. Taylor got pissed off because the the ref tried to get her to stop, and she smacked her with it, so she got disqualified. Which, It was a hardcore match. There should be notes disqualifications, but who the hell cares? This was a nothing thing, and then Ed Ferrer just use it as an excuse to go cop a feel in Francine again. I don't know what. Sorry. Go.
No, he didn't actually. He wasn't doing it as an excuse. He was trying to like go, "Yay, you're the winner," and she put his hand on her boob. He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll take this," and then
he made no effort to remove it, and I don't know why he expected this to go any differently.
Because she did it. He didn't. He wasn't the one trying to be sneaky. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what his thought process. I'm not a guy. I don't.
It was dumb.
Oh, I'm not denying that in any way, shape, or form.
Just got 2 dumb matches in a row.
True.
All right. So, next, more K-Crush and NASCAR guys. Why?
Sorry.
They are not wrestlers. I mean, I know we were in like NASCAR country right now, but god damn, I just want them to go away.
Well, he has a match with him. Not obviously real time, but like in the next show that we're watching.
Yeah.
I
wrote this. Apparently, this is leading to a match, which is just weird to me.
Well, I mean, Toby Keith fought, so I mean,
Toby Keith interfered.
Twice.
It was stupid. All right. Next, we have our, I don't know, would you call these next 3 like a triple main event? Because they're all title matches.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the next is the NWA Championship match between Malice and Ken Shamrock.
I'm annoyed.
This match was pretty lame. It was mostly just Malice working Ken Shamrock's neck,
And
which can be fine for a match, but this match was really short, and Ken just kind of hit a really, really quick surprise couple of moves and got a pin.
Yep, I'm annoyed with it though.
Yeah, you wanted Malice to win for some reason.
I wanted Malice to win since the beginning. His name is cool and I like it. That is how I pick my things, just so you know.
Well, Ken Shamrock wins his first title defense, even though it was really lame. But, yeah, I hope he has better matches in the future. He had a decent back and forth with Malice last time. I don't know why they made this one so shitty.
Maybe he actually did get his neck hurt.
I don't know. I know he's not champion for...
Malice get it?
No.
Huh?
No, you've already seen the next champion.
Alpha Man?
This night.
Is it Alpha Man?
No. Unfortunately, Monty Brown never becomes the NWA.
I'm sorry that we're ruining it for you guys.
Yeah, let's stop with the spoilers. All right. This is probably the best match of the night, not to be surprising, because it had AJ Styles in it. Well, actually, never mind. That's a stupid thing. It is the second best match of them, because it has AJ Styles in it.
Really like Styles.
He has been the highlight of every show so far.
I realized I think I've been spelling his name wrong this entire time. I think I've been spelling it like Stylus.
It's Styles.
Yeah, I've been spelling it like he's a stylist.
Okay, X Division championship match. AJ Styles defending against David Young, who again lost his previous match. This does set a bad precedent for the X Division when you're having people who lose and then get a title match.
All because of that floozy girlfriend of too.
Yeah.
Who didn't do anything really outside of talking.
Not really so much in this one.
No, he was just.
I do know. I think it's actually pretty awesome that Styles does like a full backflip when he drop kicks. That's just goes to show how athletic he is. Agile.
I didn't really...
There is one point where Styles goes for a springboard off the top rope and gets caught falling down on it. That looks dangerous as fuck to me. But this kind of part and parcel for Styles. We'll see a lot of things where we that just looks fucking stupid.
A lot of it looks
Like, it looks cool, but like it looks dangerous as hell. There are a lot of, I think we're like some days I think AJ Styles is still alive.
I accidentally gave him
I do know that David Young can do a bit of flippy stuff too, so like he's not just a
one-trick pony.
Yeah, he's not just a one-trick. I don't know what to say. He's so mediocre, but he does do an Asai moonsault to the outside. We get a middle rope Styles clash for the victory. AJ Styles retains. It was fine. As I said, it's still probably the second best match of the night, even though David Young is really just mediocre. All right, next we get Goldie. This is probably the best interview she's had so far, where she's there with Joel Gertner, who is very much into her, where the other two are very clearly aren't because they're supposed to be gay. He also is there basically declaring that the Rainbow Express should be the champions because Storm and Harris cannot compete.
I forgot.
All right, so we get an answer as to what Jerry Lynn was trying to talk about earlier, though, because they say with the championship on the line, there has to be a match and there has to be a winner. So Jerry Lynn comes out and they announce that it's going to be the Rainbow Express versus Jerry Lynn and his partner, AJ Styles.
AA Stylus.
Yeah. So AJ Styles pulling double duty, not just double duty tonight, but double championship duty tonight, as he is now in the Tag Team Championship Tournament Finals. Didn't have to do anything to get there, but he managed. All right. Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles get a really early lead on this match, really putting it to them with their high flying capabilities. We do see like a corkscrew to the outside from AJ Styles. I thought really caught Bruce on the head, but he seemed fine after. We do get a moment where Jerry Lynn is taking down both of the members on his own and manages to do a drop toe hold onto Bruce into Lenny's crotch and then repeatedly slams his head down into Lenny's crotch. DQ. Do you note that Lynn takes the bulk of the match? Makes sense. AJ Styles is tired from the previous match, and Lynn is a fucking, I don't know, workhorse. He's great. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, he did amazing.
This is the best match of the night by far. I saw Hurricanrana turn into like a flapjack, which I've never seen before. That was really. It was. I think it was Lenny to Jerry Lynn. It's pretty awesome. In this match, we actually do see the referee not see tags. So at the very least, in this one, he has an excuse, or not see no tag, I should say. There's confusion. There's actual like reason for him to not notice no tags are happening.
Did we have to rewind?
We did just to check to see if didn't see it.
Okay, I that's what I thought. I just wasn't.
All right. The finish comes when all four men are kind of fighting in the ring. Lynn hits a package pile driver and gets Bruce out of the ring. And Styles does a spiral tap to get the pin. AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn win, and this marks AJ Styles as a double champion, holding both the X Division and Tag Team Championships. So good for him.
Yay, Stylus.
But yeah, that is pretty awesome. It means they're putting a lot of hope into the future of AJ Styles, which I don't think is misplaced. He is definitely a star in the making at this point. And I think it's a really good way to build him. I don't know why they didn't think Storm and Harris were ready yet, but we'll hopefully see in the near future.
You know, there might have actually been an accident with them.
Maybe. Oh, that's right. We got 3 championship matches, and then the main event was something else entirely. There's one more match this night.
Yeah, but between that and I thought it was before the
There is one more thing that happens before the final.
Yeah.
They do find Miller.
Oh,
and he's tied up backstage with FU written on his fat gut.
I swear to God that happened because of the Johnsons.
Okay, but all right. Why would it be the Johnsons?
Because they wanted to be in the one thing.
What one thing?
The Jerry Lynn and Stylus one.
They lost.
Yeah, I understand, and they got pissed.
Okay, but Miller has beef with Jeff Jarrett, who's the one that should obviously be the one that did.
I don't think so. It seems silly to do that if the fight hadn't happened yet.
You know, he jacked James Fargo last week before.
I'm sorry, he did what now?
Okay, Jeff Jarrett has been attacking like random authority figures. Just so you know.
I don't remember that, but okay.
It's likely Jarrett. Yeah. I guess we'll find. Miller has to know. It's not like he was unconscious.
What if he was?
But he wasn't when we found him.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't.
Oh, okay. There's no what if he was though. And the reason why you can't ask that is because we never saw him unconscious, so we can't assume it.
Okay, fine.
It's not like it's not like James Storm where it looks like he got blindsided. You don't get dragged around and tied up while conscious and have no idea what happened to you.
If he was conscious, but whatever.
Again, unless we establish he did what, unless they establish that, we can't assume it. Okay. Usually in wrestling, writing is really simple. And unless they actually tell you something, you can't make too many assumptions, okay?
All right, fine. No better
and that's why, since we saw tensions between Jarrett and Miller earlier in the night, it is likely that it was Jarrett that did.
Okay.
Now, TNA has done things in the past where they do things they have done things in the past for as of today, but in the future of this programming, from where we're watching, they do things that make the least amount of sense out of like all the options they've had available to them. But we'll get there when we get there. All right, final match of the night, tag team match: Scott Hall and Brian Christopher versus K Crush and Jeff Jarrett. After both teams get to the ring, it turns into an immediate fighting throughout the crowd. Apparently, there's no count out, even though the bell did ring. I have to assume there's no count out because they're out there for well more than a 10 count.
I have nothing to say there.
All right. I noted in the middle of this match that after Christopher got out of position for a tag and Hall got thrown into Irish whipped into him, knocking Christopher off the apron. Looked to me like they were going to set up for a heel turn for Brian Christopher. And then coming up to the end of the match, we get exactly what I expected. Scott Hall finally, after being in peril for quite a while, fighting off both the other two, goes for the tag. Christopher refuses, punches Hall in the face. It becomes a 3-on-1. While this is happening, the ref takes a bump in the process, so he can't call for a DQ or anything.
What is a DQ?
A disqualification is when you do something that's illegal, and the ref decides to throw out the match and award to the other person.
I was thinking that you're Dairy Queen.
Hall actually during the 3-on-1 at the beginning, Hall's actually fighting off all three of them, but eventually the numbers catch up to him. So, fighting babyface, pretty cool. Good to see. But if Jarrett hits a stroke, get the hip hop drop, which is that top rope leg drop from Brian Christopher. Jarrett pins. The ref finally gets up just in time to count the 3 count. Then we get a win for K Crush and Jarrett.
And Steve Austin look alike.
John Austin?
That's what I meant.
Steve Austin is Stone Cold.
I realized that a second after I said it, honey.
All right.
It's an S name, and yeah.
And you're gonna love Shark Boy.
And Lava Girl?
No.
Okay.
You'll see. All right. After the match is over, Jeff Jarrett basically just talks a bunch of trash to Scott Hall, keeps attacking him, breaks that trophy from the beginning of the show over him. It's been almost like a 10-minute of him just berating Hall and attacking him, not letting him get to the back, not letting him get on the stretcher. And that's pretty much what closes the show. That's what happened. NWA TNA episode 3. Any comments for the show, sweetheart?
I honestly thought that this one was really kind of boring. Because, like, I feel...
Yeah, you did seem to zone out during.
And, like, I'm trying not to, in all honesty. I'm not trying to be, like, that blatantly disliking it. But it's like, I don't understand what's going on, first and foremost. Like, I felt like they weren't telling me enough of, some of the story.
Now, was that because they weren't telling you enough, or is that because things just haven't been revealed yet, or is that because you weren't paying attention?
I mean, it could be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, a little bit of column C. Like, I'm not sure, but they had a lot going on. Like, I was legitimately concerned with country singer and his partner. Like, I want to know what happened there. And, like, I felt like there was nothing on that, and they just kind of waved that off. They're like, it's fine. We'll just get Jerry Lynn and stylists.
Hopefully we'll get an answer to that next week. Generally, stuff like that takes a little bit of time. You're gonna have to get used to the story, the way storytelling is in wrestling. A lot of the times, an event will happen and we won't get answers to it until the following week, further down.
Oh, that's gonna annoy the fuck out of me.
I mean, that's just how it goes. That's wrestling. It's a soap opera with flips. That's a real bad analogy. All right, Feast or Fired. What's the rating you give this?
Fired.
I will have to admit, overall, this feels like a downgrade from the previous week. Especially because I really feel like I really feel like we're having an issue with even just maintaining any consistency. And I don't mean like in the quality, I mean in just, as I said, we're trying to establish a status quo. And it's really hard to do that when we're already seeing a tag team, one tag team have trouble with their manager. We're seeing a guy quitting already on week 3 of program. And I don't know. So I'm also like, this episode definitely didn't get me excited for next week because I think the only match we know about for next week is K-Crush versus the NASCAR guys, and I don't give 2 fucks about that.
I don't either. Well, we also know.
So I'm sorry. This is like my rating. I probably fired as well.
Forgot to say your rating. Well, we know Sideburns versus Japanese wrestler. Insert name.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's because it seems so inconsequential.
Fair enough. Well, you know what happens. I don't.
No, it's not even that. It's that since they set up Monty Brown and Shamrock like they did, it seems like that's obviously going to happen. It feels weird to set that up and not have a payout. So it seems like, I don't know. It seems like the next week's match seems inconsequential, and the only other match is K-Crush versus NASCAR guys. It's like I don't feel like I have anything to look forward to next week.
Is it a tag team or is it a one-on-one?
I think it's gonna be a one-on-one, but we'll see. I don't know. They have not been consistent with also telling us what like necessarily any stipulations are in certain matches. So we'll see. But overall, this is definitely a down show this week. The previous week was just pretty much, with like 1 or 2 blemishes, pretty much just all pretty. Whereas in this one, I don't know. I feel like they're already starting. I feel like this is starting us off on a bad foot. Status quo, even though AJ Styles and stuff did really well.
All I know is like I started nosediving it.
One guy can't carry a whole show for me. Well, I mean, actually, if AJ Styles in every match, he probably could carry the. He's not, so.
All I know is like this one, I lost so much interest in it. Probably after the midget fight. I thought.
Yeah, that's actually also a problem too. I think they had two completely nothing matches in a. Yeah, and that can get you out of it.
Oh yeah, because like I have ADD horribly, and you need to have me like. That came out so wrong. I am so sorry.
It's all. I know the Ken Shamrock's World Championship match in here also was kind of just a dud.
Yeah, and I'm mad about that too.
But it's supposed to be your world title, and it was not only the first of 3 title matches, but like even the main event of the night wasn't even a title.
True.
I guess it's the only major feud happening right now, but still, it's. I don't think that match was. I didn't think that match needed to go on last.
Like I said, I lost so much interest in this episode, which is why I'm putting it as a fire.
I may have been more positive if they switched the last 2 matches, and we had Lynn and AJ Styles go on.
No, we didn't. We didn't switch.
No, if they could have.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
If in programming they decided that we'll have the tag team tournament finals be the last match, and not just have the random feud match happen last.
No, I think they've been doing the feud matches for the most part at the end.
Well, I understand, but
I mean, sometimes they have it in the.
I guess okay. I guess okay. It would make sense if this was a TV program, but since this is a weekly pay-per-view and people are paying for these every week.
Oh shit! So are we.
I mean, we are, but we're not paying what they.
Oh yeah, no, we're paying what? Still paying for it.
I think back then it was like $20 every week.
Oh my god. You poor people.
Well, like a year and a half, we get it's like a year and a half. We switched over to TNA Impact monthly pay-per-views, which is a much preferable format. Anyways, unless you got anything to add.
Again, I zoned out halfway through.
All right. I think we're good. All right. Feast or Fired podcast. Thank you everyone for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. We appreciate all the feedback. In the future, we will try to do we also try to answer questions when there are questions to be answered. But until then, until we start getting those in, we're just going to end it with the end of the review.
Have a good night.
Yeah, my first fired. Take care.